Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So recently I gave AWS Certified Solutions Architect Associate exam and I passed it luckily. So I gave the exam on 1st June and I got the result next day in the morning, and this is what the result is. As you can see, I have got my Credly badge here that you can verify from this. And in this video I'm gonna tell you how and what all did I do to pass the exam, to prepare for this exam, and how I passed this exam basically. So this exam is not a beginner level exam, and I previously gave AWS certified cloud practitioner exam, which is a beginner friendly exam. So in that you'll learn about the basics of cloud computing, the basics of AWS. You'll get to know about the different services that AWS provide. But the solutions architect exam is an associate level exam. So in the associate level there are many exams like system administrative exam and other exams like developers and all. So all the exams that are named after the associate ones are quite difficult compared to the beginner one, but are easier than the professional ones. So the certified solutions architect, the exam is basically, it tests you on the ability of your architecture knowledge. So how you can provide the best solutions on the cloud environment. So suppose if a company wants you to hire as a solutions architect, they'll expect you to do what to do is that they'll expect you to get them a proper environment to build a proper architecture on the cloud of AWS. So you'll have to manage the cost, you'll have to make it secure, you'll have to make it reliable, you have to make it scalable, you have to think about business perspective as well. So you have to think about many things while being a solutions architect. So in this exam I'll show you what the courses I used, what are the test papers I used, and what this exam is all about. So let's get into it directly. So I just show you the home page of the AWS Certified Solutions Architect main page, and here you can see that you can schedule an exam from here, and here it is currently correctly written who should take this exam. And this is not an beginner level exam, because here it is an experience in AWS technology, strong on-premise IT experience, understanding of mapping on-premise to cloud, experience working in other cloud services. So if you have a little or a better experience in the cloud and the on premises, that's better for you, and it will be easier for you to crack this exam. And as you go down you'll see the length of the exam is 130 minutes, so you'll get 2 hours and 10 minutes to pass this exam, and you'll have to uh, start your exam 30 to 15 minutes before to check in and to provide your identity and all the stuff to get verified and give the exam. The cost of the exam is $150, but you can and plus taxes as well, but you can use the 50% tax 50% discount coupon if you have given any AWS exam before as well. The format is very simple. You'll get 65 multiple choice question. Either they'll be multiple choice or they'll multiple response. So let me differentiate it for you guys. The multiple choice means you'll get a question, you'll get four options, and you'll have to choose the best one according to you out of those four. Multiple responses questions are like, you'll get a question, you'll get five to six options, and then you'll have to choose two or three best out of them. So they'll ask you how many you have to select, and then you have to select the responses according to yourself. And delivery mode is person view. You can go on center, you can give in online. I gave it online because I wanted the piece at my home as well. And languages are all other languages that are offered here are written here. And I'll show you the exam guide as well, and I hope this is I have covered all of the basic knowledge that you need for this. And all these things I'll cover in the solutions exam, the certification. And let's go to the exam guide. So this exam is divided into four domains, and these you will get questions from only these domains. So the first domain is secure architecture. I'll skip this design thing because it's common in all. So first is the secure architecture, the second is resilient architectures, high performing architectures, cost optimized architectures. So if you are solutions architect, these four things are the most important ones that you will be expected to do, you'll be expected to know. And this exam is 30% for the security, 26% for resilient architecture, 24% for high performing, and cost optimized for 20%. Now what are the differences between these four domains? First one, the exam will test you on how and what knowledges do you have to build a secure architecture. Suppose I am doing I am publishing hosting a website on the cloud, and I want to make it secure. What all procedures, what all measures, configurations I am doing to make it secure? The test will ask you different questions on that. And trust me, the question won't ask very direct and simple questions like, okay, if you are making a security group, you want to stop the outflow network, so okay, you'll close the outbound traffic. But no, it won't work like that. they'll give you four options, and I can bet three of them, two of them will be correct, but you have to choose the best one out of them. So that was the most confusing thing for me in the exam, because when I started to read the answers, I find it all the options are mostly right, or somewhere or the other they are not wrong. So if the questions exam is asking you for a question and you see four options there, you'll find all the four options are relatable, they are related to it, they are evenly correct as well, they are not wrong, even any of the option is not wrong, but you have to choose the best one and the exact appropriate one that the question is asking. So you'll have to be very very clear of your basics, and you have to know what you are doing, what are you thinking about it. Don't overthink too much, just go with the flow. No Read what you are reading here, and then think of the answer that you are getting in your mind. The second one is resilient architecture. So how resilient it is. So suppose you are building an architecture that needs to be up all the time, 24/7. Suppose you get a breakage in the environment, you get the breakage in your application. So how much time will it take to get back to the working state? How much is the downtime? How much the backup is there? And what all are the measures that you are taking to make it resilient? So the exam will ask you on that as well. High performing. Suppose you are working in a big tech firm which has like millions of input outputs, million of operations, million of lambda functions at the time, and it will test you on that as well, like how high performing architectures are built. And last one is called cost optimized. So suppose you are working on cloud, and you know it can be very costly if you don't measure it properly, if you don't configure it properly. So it can be very costly sometimes, and you can save the money a lot if you configure it properly. So the exam will test you on that as well. But they won't be four separate things in the exam. You will be tested in the mixture of these things. So you will be tested in a question where you'll have to tackle the secure architecture, resilient architecture, high performing architecture, cost performance, all of them at once. Suppose you'll be given a question in which they want you to get hired for by a company, and you have to secure their architecture and make it cost optimized, but at the same time they want you to make it high performing and resilient as well, because it is a very big tech firm. Now you have to tackle all four things in the same question, and you'll be given four options, and all four will be correct. But you have to choose the most cost optimized, most high performing, most resilient, most secure architecture out of them. So yeah, the exam will test you on these four. And enough of the guides. I guess you can all read it here. I'll pin it down in the comment section or in the description, you can check it out there. So I'm not much of a course or a book reader, and I believe in what I'm doing is the only thing that I should do it properly. So I have done only two things, mainly. I chose a course on Udemy, and that's my favorite, Stefan Marek's course. So like for the CCP as well, I chose his course because I think he's the best in the field, and he teaches in the proper hands-on manner, so you can't get bored, and you'll learn a lot, and you'll do hands-on side by side, so you'll get a cloud experience as well. And for the practice test, I use tutorial dojo's test paper as well. I'll show you it here. So for this Udemy course, this is the Udemy course, I'll show you, and I'll pin it down in the comment section as well, description as well. So you'll see he has covered all of the things, and trust me, this has all and everything you need to pass this exam. So I just studied this course and I followed it through multiple times. Suppose if I don't get the topic correct, I'll repeat it twice, thrice, and more. And I just followed this course, practiced some tests from the Tutorial Dojo test and online tests, and I gave that exam. So this is the 27.5 hour test, and you can do it on demand. And there's one practical test and four articles. The downloadable things are there, and this is the other ID I have chose, so I have not purchased it here. So this has like 33 sections, so you'll get everything, each and everything here with explained details, you can see here. So this covers all of the things mostly, and it will teach you from the basics from the very beginning, so you can do it directly from here. And it is a very good course, according to me, and this is really great. And for the practice test, I have used this Tutorial Dojo's AWS Certified Solutions Architect test, and let me show you. If you'll go here, and I'll pin it down here as well, and here is the exam test paper. So you can just choose his exam test paper. Tutorial Dojo is a very good platform, and it has so many test papers for you. So like it will ask you for a test paper, like they have 10 sections for proper big test papers with 60 questions. Then they have time based questions, then they have topic based questions, and then they have the section based, domain based. So you'll get questions from each topic separately. You'll get a proper set papers to solve maximum questions. You'll get test papers for time based, so you can check your time if you are completing it in time or not. You'll get uh, domain wise questions as well. So we have got four domains and they'll ask you four domains separately, so you will know where you are lacking, where which domain is your strong domain, and you'll get a very good idea and in what you are lagging, what you need to learn, and what you have already done. So this was my journey and this was my preparation all about it for the certified solutions architect. And it took me quite a few months because I was working in the college as well. I was admitted in the college. So I would say, please get some experience, get familiar with AWS services. Don't just read the theory and go to give the exam, because it is not at all an easy exam. It is quite difficult exam. It will test your patience as well, it will test your mind, it will literally make you frustrated somewhere a little, because it is a long exam. 2 hours 10 minutes of reading and just putting your mind into it is a lot of thing to do. So all the best, and if you need anything and if you want to ask anything, you can comment it down below and I'll make sure to provide anything if I get more into the video. And please, if you like the video, do share it, do comment, do subscribe, and thank you. We'll be right back.